Hi, George Sanders here, President, Gold Cliff Resource Corporation. We are very excited today because this morning we distributed a news release disclosing and discussing our results from the September exploration program on the Ainsworth high-grade silver property. If you haven't yet read that news release, may I suggest pausing the video, having a read of the news release, and then returning to the video. That way you'll have a little more context. Regardless, what we would like to do today is highlight three important points on the news release, because we will come back in subsequent videos with a little bit more detail on what we found at Ainsworth and where we go next. So the first thing you'll notice in the news release is there are some very high grade and splashy silver results derived from our sampling program. And while these are very interesting, they all come from sampling immediately over top of or immediately adjacent to the two former high-grade showings there, the #1 mine and the Dellie. And so while these results are impressive, they don't constitute exploration targets, because if we were to see anything further, what mineralization did exist has been mined out. So the first thing to highlight is, instead of the very high grade, the strong to moderate grade silver results from both soils, rocks, and LDS sampling in conjunction with geophysical work. All these things come together to show us a broad trend from the Dellie mine in the north to the #1 mine in the south. We're very excited the fact that we've identified this trend that continues well to the south of the #1 mine and well to the north of the Dellie, representing excellent targets for further pearls in the string, follow-up exploration with trenching, and ultimately with drilling. So we've really zeroed in on this, what we call the #1 mine trend, and that's something that's got us very excited for the next level of work on this project. Second thing to highlight is that our geologic prospecting and sampling indicated that the #1 limestone unit, which is the host of these two deposits, is much more ubiquitous than is mapped. So we were working off historic BC government maps, and when we actually did detailed reconnaissance in the field, what we found was what's mapped as other types of sediments, in fact, is a lot of limestone. So looking beyond the immediate next program, what we see is a lot more prospective geology for parallel zones and parallel trends. So that's really exciting. And the third thing, which is kind of bigger picture or longer term, in some reconnaissance prospecting that our geologic team did in other areas, much to the west and a little bit further to the north, we find that extensive portions of the property have never been looked at, likely since the 1920s. So there hasn't been, in parts of the property, a lot of exploration work for over 100 years. And we think that bodes very, very well for the long-term potential of the Ainsworth Silver Project. So stay tuned over the next couple of weeks, and we'll have some more detailed information about the findings disclosed in today's news release. See you then.